Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, September 29th, 2022. Special. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, particularly those that were in Hurricane Ian and its aftermath here in Florida. We are very fortunate. Yesterday we didn't actually lose power, but we lost internet most of the afternoon. It was gone into the evening, and it was going back and forth, flickering on and off. But we were fortunate. There are more than 2 million people here in Florida right now with no power. They have dispatched 40,000 emergency crews to bring back power. There's down power lines, down trees, people with roofs blown off, people have lost houses. A lot of damage has gone on. And so my wife and I are very fortunate. We want to thank you all for your prayers and your well wishes. Like I said, the worst we got, the internet was flickering on and off all night, most of it, all evening from the afternoon yesterday. The lights flickered on and off a little bit, but we are very fortunate. The worst that we got was we had a tree that was a lemon tree that was dead anyway. It was dead and it was mostly destroyed, put out of its misery, but though there's still a little piece of it left. But that's all we got. And there was no flooding here. Very fortunate for us. So again, thank you all for your prayers. Again, prayers for those who are in the path of it, from the southeast portion of Florida all the way into the Orlando area, and it's going out to Daytona Beach and Deltona in that area, and then apparently the wind. So we still have wind right now, but it's nowhere near what other people got. I think we got 30, 40 mile an hour winds right here, which is pretty strong, but people are dealing with 150 mile an hour winds yesterday. So it was destructive. And so again, blessings, double blessings on those in the healthcare field, those in the hospitals, those in the nursing homes, helping the elderly, helping those that are hurt, and also those first responders that are out here today, that was out here yesterday, trying to save lives and deliver people from danger. Double blessings upon them. So yesterday I was trying to do a Knicks podcast, trying to do a video. And again, the internet, as most of you who were on it saw, was going off. I was losing internet. And so I couldn't do anything. I ended up shutting the whole thing down, shutting my job stuff down as well, because all of that was going on yesterday. So this morning, though, fortunately, power is restored. The internet is restored. We're not having any problems this morning so far. It looks like it's moved past us. We're catching the tail end of the wind, so we should be okay. What I wanted to bring out yesterday was the fact that I believe that myself and a lot of us in Knicks Nation may be overreacting. We're so excited. I mean, Knicks Nation, we're so excited about the coming season. We're excited about our team. I know myself, I am, because I'm seeing a front office that I haven't seen in New York, in a long time. And this is the third year of this front office. This is Leon Rose's beginning of his third season, along with Tom Thibodeau. And so I'm seeing front office. Some of y'all that ain't seen it don't understand it, but I'm seeing a front office that is as competent as I've ever seen in my 50 plus years as a New York Knicks fan. So I'm very excited. I'm excited for our young players. I'm excited, for what they could do, what the possibilities are going forward. I'm excited for our position, having 21 draft picks in the next 7 years, 11 first rounders, 10 second rounders, as Leon pointed out. I'm excited for all of that. So when Tuesday came and Tibbs said that Evan Fournier was the front runner. Now, again, front runner means like you're the head of the competition. You're ahead right now in the competition, but it is still a competition. And that threw everybody off. Everybody's like, see, Evan Fournier starting and blah, 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 blah. And there's people that are just waiting for any little thing, especially we're very sensitive now because we're excited for the start of the season. So people wait for any little thing to jump off a bridge, to trip out. And then, of course, the media is glad to oblige you in that area, right? So then we found out yesterday that at the end of the practice, Quentin was in a walk-in boot, but they hadn't announced any injuries. Now, after the fact, it came out that he had a mild foot sprain, and they put the boot on as a precaution, which is a little dangerous with Tom Thibodeau. So they said they put it on a precaution. He's day to day. If he comes out and doesn't practice today, Evan Fournier will start. And that's going to open room for Cam Reddish as well. If he doesn't come out and play today. Because that's how it is. Okay. You have to be available. I don't care if it's foot sprain, ankle sprain, whatever it is, pull muscle. You got to be available. Okay. And I'm not saying it's serious or not, but in this competition that we in, a missed practice can cost you minutes. It's how it is with Tom Thibodeau. It's just how it is. Okay. It's not like that with every coach. With this one it is though. So that's an issue. Okay. So we got to monitor that, see how it happens. Quentin Grimes, from what I've seen him, he probably will be at practice today. Hurt foot or whatever. He's going to be at practice today. Okay. Let's just hope he doesn't hurt himself further. They said it was a mild sprain. So let's see. Maybe it's nothing and he just continues on. Hopefully that's what it is, but we'll find out. But the point being, today being Thursday is the third day of training camp. No decisions would have been made about anything right now. They're developing their squad. They know what they have from last year, and this is what Tibbs actually said, having a lot of young players, he said they all can get better, which means you got to wait and see with them. What did they do over the summer? How were they working? What have they brought to the table this year that they didn't last year? What are they improving? You got to analyze that. And so you can't make decisions about rotations until you see where they have come. And the good thing is that they were all working out mostly in New York the whole summer. And when they weren't, they were like Obi mentioned, he went to LA. Cam was in Philly. People went to different places at different times to work out, but they were all working out all summer. And most of it was in New York. This has got to be a good sign. Not every team does that, y'all. Not every team does that. And so they were all here. They were all working out, especially all the young players, and being prepared for this season. That is going to bode well going forward. No matter what, that's going to bode well. So that's a positive. Also, again, we have the first preseason game. It's not a game yet, it's next Tuesday. Okay. And I think it's next Friday is the second preseason game. Those two games are going to determine a lot in terms of who plays, who doesn't play, who's in the rotation, who's not. Cam Reddish was asked yesterday if he had been told of his rotation spot, and he said no, he hasn't. And then they asked Tibbs, and Tibbs said he has to earn his minutes. Well, it really comes back to what we talked about last week. Cam has to come to camp in tremendous shape, which apparently he has, and he has to ball out. He has to come to camp and bust people in their behind. He has to do it. That's what he got to do. He got to prove that he's too good to stay out of the rotation. Now, I've multiple times told y'all, I believe he's the most talented, gifted, as far as physical gift player on the squad. But he's got to prove it. He's got to come out and ball out. Okay. And then someone asked a very interesting question yesterday, which I want to also address again today because it was a good question. It was a question that epitomizes how the media tries to manipulate us in Knicks Nation. The question was asked, and it was a good question for what I'm saying here. And again, the brother, I forgot his name, but he didn't mind me bringing it up. I'm not trying to down the brother. And I'm kind of glad I can't remember his name because I don't want it to appear that I'm trying to down him. But this is the question. Because Quentin Grimes was involved in trade rumors or in the package for Donovan Mitchell, is he under pressure to perform? That's the question. So because Quentin Grimes was involved in a possible package for Donovan Mitchell this summer, does it put pressure on him to perform? Now let's break that question down because it's an excellent question in terms of epitomizing how we are being manipulated. First of all, officially, we don't know who was in the trade package. Right? So officially, we don't know. Secondly, that's the first thing. Secondly, it's rumor, right? Secondly, let's assume for the sake of argument, Quentin Grimes was in the trade package that was offered for Donovan Mitchell. If he was, when does NBA front offices tell second year players, we getting ready to trade you? They don't do that. They don't do that at all unless the representation of the player says, send me this place or send me that place. So therefore, Quentin Grimes wouldn't have been cognizant. No player would. I mean, if you're trying to focus, if they spending all season focusing on getting ready, which apparently all the young players were, you think they're looking at Twitter to say, oh, I'm in the trade room, or oh, I'm going to be traded, or I'm worried about it? They don't have time for that. Cam Reddish trying to make money. He said he was in the weight room. He ain't worried about what's going on in terms of trade rumors. He's trying to get ready for this season. He's got to ball out. Quentin Grimes is trying to get starters minutes. He's got to ball out. They can't be worried about that stuff. Much less put added pressure. There's no pressure on them. See, but the media will make you first believe that they were, as if Leon himself came out and said, yeah, I offered Cam Reddish and I offered Quentin Grimes and I offered this one and that one. No. They asked OBO, we said, man, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm trying to get ready for the season. I'm trying to get better. I'm out here working out with Kobe White. I'm out here working out with Jalen Brunson. I'm out here trying to get better. They ain't got time for that. And again, I want y'all to understand, a lot of y'all get caught up in a media rumor and then you attach that rumor to the Knicks front office as if it actually came from them. Most of these creators that bring these rumors are full of crap. Y'all need to understand that. 99% of them are full of crap. Like I said, there's only 3 of them that come out with stuff that has been proven. And why do I say that? Because it has come to pass. They would say something that happened. Ian Begley, Shams Charania, and Wojnarowski. That's it. That's it. Everybody else is full of crap. And even them 3, when they bring stuff, the players ain't paying no attention. They ain't paying attention. Because they got to focus on now. See, among the most, as far as competitiveness, professional athletes are the most competitive human beings on the planet. And this is doubly true of NBA basketball. And this is triply true of New York Knicks because everything up for grabs right now. So anybody paying attention to what these dudes are saying out here? All of these trade rumors from these stupid places, this one for that one and this one's off for that one. Nah. So they trying to get ready, and I'm glad they are. They're trying to get ready for the season. Okay, they trying to get ready, get focused, be the best they can be coming into camp. Like I said, Cam's got to ball out. Grimes has got to ball out. Everybody, all of those young players. Deuce McBride's got to ball out if he wants to be noticed. He's got to ball out. He's wearing the green shirt, which means you ain't playing. So he got to ball out. You want to be noticed. And that's their focus every day. Okay, so right now, and Tibbs knows that. I mean, if he's a coach, he knows that. So right now, we don't know nothing. Okay, but I'm telling you, if Grimes misses practice today, Evan Fournier probably is going to start. I mean, as stupid as that sounds, unless Grimes comes back and does business, Evan Fournier probably will start. But he shouldn't. He's not the best for the lineup. The thing about this is this. Like Tim said, we need shooting. Right? Look here. Is the New York Knicks the Golden State Warriors? Are they going to be? Not anytime soon. Right now, you have to start with the basics. See, like I said, I liken it into football and baseball. In every sport, there's a basis, right? There's a basis, right? In football, you want to get a quarterback. And what you want, you get the quarterback, but you also want a strong lines on both sides of the ball. You want a strong defensive line and a strong offensive line. And then you want cornerbacks that can shut down people. That's how you start your championship team. You get an offensive line that can protect your quarterback. You get a defensive line that can put pressure on the quarterback and stop the point of attack. You get cornerbacks that can outrun anybody on either squad and catch them or cover them. And then you start getting your wide receivers, your running backs, your linebackers, all of that. Okay. In baseball, it starts with pitching. Pitching. You need strong pitching. You need strong pitching for starting pitching. In the rotation, you need strong relief pitching. And you need strong defense. People that don't make a lot of errors. Golden gloves everywhere if you could get them. Then you start looking for the home run hit. Everybody pays attention to the home run hitters because it's the most exciting. But that's not what wins you 100 games. It's pitching. It's defense. And in basketball, it starts with defense. Okay, it starts with defense. Yeah, we need shooting, but we need defense first. And our defense was not up to par last year. Okay, it was not up to par. The year before, if you remember, the Knicks were struggling around 500 for the first 40 games of the season when we ended up winning 41 games. They were struggling. But they were in every game Because they had locked down defense. Reggie Bullock was locking down the wing. Alfred Payton was locking down the point of attack. That's why. And then it started off with Mitch Robinson, and then Nerlens Noel stepped in, and they're playing all NBA level defense. So that's where you start. Then they get a Derrick Rose coming in. Then Randall starts getting in the groove. Then RJ starts shooting 40% from three, and they roll. But you need defense to start. And that's why I say if Grimes balls out and locks up Evan Fournier in practice, which I'm sure he could do, and if Cam comes out and does what Cam could do, they should be in the rotation, if not starting, because of their defense. You need defense. Everybody understands that Jalen Brunson is 6'1", and that his arms are not the longest. He don't got a 7-foot wingspan or a 6'10" wingspan. He don't have hands like shovels. He's a grinder, and he plays with IQ. But because of that limitation, you need defense on the perimeter. Yes, you like shooting, but you need defense. So we're going to see. This is too early to say who's going to start, really. Let's wait and see to the end of the preseason. Again, if Grimes misses time in preseason here and in camp, he ain't going to start. He ain't. Okay, it's just how it is. You can't miss time with Tom Thibodeau. Because somebody will step in and take your place. That's how it is. You got to be available. Above all things with him, you got to be available. When he calls you, you better be ready. That's how it is with him. And it's not always fair. Like it wasn't fair to Obi to expect him to come off the bench and shoot the lights out like Stephen Curry. And that's why he lost his confidence until the end of last year when he started getting it back. Because some players need that confidence, and not everybody can come off the bench and heat it up like Vinnie Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody could do that. Or Luke Williams. That's why they special. But that's how Tibbs is. For fair, for better, for worse, that's how he is. He expects you to come out and ball out as soon as he calls on you. And especially if you're coming to a season where you already know your number's getting ready to be called. You know your number's getting ready to be called. As Grimes is, he knows it. Better come ready. And then Cam, he got a chance. This is his first season, full season with the Knicks, coming from training camp. This is his chance to show if what I'm saying is true. Are you the most talented Knick? Do you have the most physical ability of any Knick? Show it. Let's see what you got. This New York. Let's see what you got. This is chance. I'm really pulling for Cam. I told you, I'm pulling for him. I want him to succeed because a Cam that plays to his capabilities makes New York rough. Okay, so I'm pulling for Cam. Okay, and so let's step back a minute and let's let the preseason play out. Let's not let the rumors or what could have been or questions, stupid questions from the media dictate how we perceive our team. Let's let the court dictate how we perceive our team. And that starts Tuesday night. See, I'm not at the practice. That's why I asked yesterday, anybody seen the practice? Because I want to see how they scrimmaging. I want to see who's getting toasted, who's not. I want to see who's hustling, who's making a name for herself, who's not. I want to see the practices. But I can't. So all you and I could do is listen to what the players and the coaches say after a practice and watch the game. That's all we could do. Okay? So we don't know what's going on. People, and I see it in Twitter. Twitter's horrible with that. Some of y'all, I don't know what it is, but some people need to make a whole narrative off a rumor from somebody's content. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't know nothing what's going on in the practice, but you making a whole decision. Thibodeau's this and that. Players are this and that based on somebody's rumor. Let's wait and see. Okay? Let's wait and see. We're going to find out. Today, I'm just interested to see if Grimes practices today, how his foot is today. Because if he practices, he's still in that hunt for that starting 2-guard spot. And I'm looking to see how Cam practices today. I want to hear about what he did in practice if I could get that information. That's what I'm looking for today. And then I'm looking not to hear. I don't want nobody to be hurt. I don't want nobody getting hurt today. Nobody in practice getting hurt. But all of these guys worked out all summer. Derrick Rose, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, they all was working out very hard. Julius Randle. Obi Toppin, they've been working out really hard. That usually reduces your risk of injury because you're working out, you're coming to camp ready, you're ready to go. And so I'm very encouraged by all the work they put in this summer. That again, that's going to bode well and during the course of the season. That's going to bode well. No matter what Thibodeau does, that's going to bode well during the course of the season. The fact that they've been working out all summer and they're coming in working hard. Okay, so let's wait. We got, today's Thursday. We have about 5 days until the first preseason game for the Knicks. I'm not sure. I think other preseason games starting this Friday. But let's wait and see before we start making judgments and saying this one is that and this one is that. And we don't know nothing really right now. We don't know nothing. Nobody does. Unless, like I said, unless you have to practice. Like I said, most of these content creators full of doo-doo. Most of them are. Because they don't, and I'm not talking about people like myself that's putting out stuff like Jay Ellis or like, Streets of Buzzing. I'm talking about people that have big platforms on ESPN and people have big platforms that are being supported by corporate money. They just looking for clicks. That's it. They don't care if it's true or not. It doesn't matter to them if it's true or not. But to us in Knicks Nation, when you're talking about our team, it matters to us. So let's wait. Let's wait and see what happens. We're going to see. Maybe Evan Fournier will start. I'm still pulling for Cam and Quentin to take his place. Why? See, some of y'all on the hives of Evan, you get all in your feelings, but long term, Evan Fournier is not a starting two guard on a playoff team. Reggie Bullock was. Evan is not. Evan's best use, his highest use, is as a shooter coming off the bench on a playoff team. Quentin Grimes, on the other hand, is a two-way player. He plays offense and defense. He's better suited for a playoff team. And the sooner you get him in his young career in that position, the better for the Knicks. That's why I want Evan out and Quentin in. Cam Reddish has already showed in the playoffs with Atlanta that he can ball in that atmosphere. He's already done it. Some of y'all that remember, he's already done it. Okay? He's already shown he could ball in the playoffs. So we got a bona fide dude that can ball in the playoffs. See, playing in an international league, in international competition, yeah, that's cool. But that ain't the league. Frank Ntilikina, who some of y'all hate, he balled out in international competition, but he couldn't break the starting role in the Knicks, and that's my boy. Okay? Fournier could ball out, that ain't the league, though. This the league. It ain't nothing like this. See? Brunson proved himself already. All right? Randall's got to prove himself in the playoff. But in terms of long-term, sustainable winning, you want to get guys like Grimes in your rotation with as many minutes as soon as you can. And you want to maximize Cam Reddish if he's going to be able to stay healthy. So we're going to see how this transpires within, I'd say, 2 weeks, because you got your first games next week. Then the following week, you got your last 2 games as far as preseason. And that last game of the preseason is really a warm-up to the season. That's where you're going to really see that last preseason game. You're going to see your rotation. You might see a couple of guys that Tibbs plays that's trying to make the team. Some of these guys you're paying too much attention to that's in G League and signed the Tank Day and Exhibit 10 and whatever contract. You ain't getting nothing there. That's scrap heap stuff. Let's see what we got with the core 12, 13 dudes we talking about. And the last preseason game should be a prelude to the first opening night in Memphis. And we're going to see how that works out, unless somebody's hurt and they're sitting. But generally, you're going to see what you're going to see in that last game. But up until that point, everything is up in the air between practice and the preseason game to see who's going to ball out and who's ready and who's not. And it's competition. The best part of sports, competition. So let's see what happens. I think I'm still hoping we're going to be all right. Even if Evan Fournier starts, the starting unit is cool. But I'm thinking after 20 games, we're going to see, can they roll or can they not? And I'm thinking after 20 games, if they not rolling, Tibbs will make decisions to make changes after 20 games. I don't even think it's going to take 30 games this year, because all of these dudes have been in the system now. except Cam, but all the rest have been in the system. So we're going to see. I'm very confident in this. We'll see. And there's no Alec Burks to stick in the point guard spot, so he can't reach for that. Okay, so let's see what happens. In the meantime, again, prayers for those who are really affected by Hurricane Ian, and for the first responders and people in the healthcare system trying to save lives today. Blessings upon them. Enjoy your day. Shalom.